Hey, Steve Mignani here at Bernardston Auto Wrecking in Bernardston, Mass. Doing the Junkyard Crawl. Now, yesterday we took a look at the first generation International Harvester Metro van, styled by Raymond Loewy, built between 1938 and 63. Today we're going to have a peek at the second generation International Harvester Metro van, the second gen again between 64 and 75. Now, one thing you don't want to do is confuse these with the Divco van right here. And Detroit Industrial Vehicle Company is Divco, and again, these were very much competitors toward the International Metro, but not the same thing. But again, these things were made for 26 model years, 38 through 63, and this aero styling here, this sort of aerodynamic look from the 1930s, Art Deco, was totally abandoned for the second gen 1964 for a far more utilitarian, almost toy-like appearance. But the whole punchline on this thing was utility. Drivers sat on this one, right-hand drive. They were available either way. Very much vertical windshields, cheap to make, dual wipers for maximum visibility as you're driving around, extended nose for better access to the engine. This one here, you had to be inside to get to the fuel fluids. This one here, the hood does open, or did. This one's got car arthritis and ain't gonna open today. But again, the directionals are up high where the world can see them, and these things were just as much at home in Manhattan as they were at Racine, Wisconsin, out delivering milk. And if you ever got your diapers, your newspaper, your dairy products, or anything delivered, it probably happened in a van like this. So let's take a deeper look in this thing and hang on while I go inside. Okay, now we're inside this second generation International Metro van. Again, these were made between 1964 and 75. Now this one here has a sticker here that says manufactured by Dyna Truck Division, date March 1970, right there. And here's the VIN. Now again, Dyna Truck Division was owned by International, as was Metro. So I'm thinking probably this one was not built at Metro's Bridgeport, Connecticut factory and then trucked or rail shipped to Chicago for final assembly, but more than likely these were manufactured closer to Chicago at Dyna Truck Division, which was owned by International. So not sure if it was done by Metro or not. This still does have Metro tags in here and International, so the Metro thing was not by any stretch divorced by this point for the second gen ones. But again, the Dyna manufacturing tag tells us this definitely was made at Dyna, not at Metro. With all that said, this is a right-hand drive, as many of these were, and that's all about being closer to the curb to drop off the newspaper, deliver the milk, do whatever has to be done. This one here is an automatic, kind of interesting. There's no clutch pedal, just a brake, and up here, there is the shifter for the transmission. It says neutral drive 2-1, so it's a 3-speed automatic. Let's lift the engine cover, which, by the way, doubles as a workbench, kind of cool. You can sort the mail or get the bread loaves ready or whatever it is you're doing. But when you lift this, oh yeah, there you go. Okay, that is an American Motors 6-banger. Probably, it might be a 199, might be a 232, probably not a 258, but again, AMC 6-popper right there, backed up by a Chrysler automatic transmission or a Borg Warner. This being a 1970, it's probably a Borg Warner, because 1972 is the year that Chrysler and American Motors collaborated on the Torque Flight for AMC products. But again, that 6-popper, no more International 6-banger in this particular unit here. That is an AMC engine, which was certainly purchased in crate form and sent off to International for assembly and installation in this. So yeah, just functional construction on this thing. There's not much artfulness to this at all. The first gen, the Raymond Loewy design was prettier, really, the Art Deco, but this is all about angularity, almost toy-like, but certainly functional. Again, we have the electric wipers, no vacuum on this one, twin wiper arms with the links. And again, the visibility out of the front of this thing with the low nose, pretty much nothing else on the road would give you this sort of visibility. And that's very important in the city if you're making your way through a loading dock or, you know, wherever you might be, to be able to see the front of the truck as well as you do. And this one here is a major bonus. And again, damaging the truck was not a good thing. That's downtime, and when there's downtime, you can't be delivering stuff. This one does have a manual choke. Here's the C right here. You pull on that, and that would be the way to enrich the fuel mixture at cold weather operation. Of course, we're going to push that in, or we're going to start burning oil because the gas is going to wash the bores. But again, very, very analog, full manual truck, and this was the standard of the industry between 1964 and 1975. It has a heater, and but no air conditioning, you know. And this is also a stand-to-drive model. Notice how this has sort of an add-on couch cushion thing right here. That's somebody's idea of comfort. But the seat in this thing sits on a pedestal. And again, it's all about getting in and out as quickly as possible. I don't think I even see a seatbelt in this thing. But again, you know, you're not going to be going much faster than 15 or 20, maybe 30 miles an hour on your delivery route. So again, you know, the standards of safety and stuff were not as highly evolved as they are today. Now, the load box in this one, the cargo area, protected by this grid. So it's either a thing where there was valuable stuff in the back that they wanted to protect from theft, or not sure, or maybe wild animals back there, not sure. But again, the rear door on this, if you have a roll-up garage door at your house, this will look familiar. Look at the tracks on this thing with the wheels and the rollers, and this back door here slides up and down just like a garage door at your house. And this is made out of wood. That's actually wood right there. So kind of interesting, low price construction. Now keep in mind too, that in the world of cargo trucks, it's a thing called the GVW, gross vehicle weight rating, right? This thing is a 5,500 pound gross vehicle weight rating. And the thing of it is, the heavier the vehicle is, the less paying cargo you can haul. So this thing might weigh 2,500 pounds, which means there's 3,000 pounds of potential capacity for paying cargo. So it's all about building these things as light as possible. Some of these had aluminum bodies. This one is a cheaper one. The aluminum bodies were about twice as much to purchase. And in a fleet situation, that would be too much, would break the bank. But again, this is a pretty light vehicle, maybe 2,500 pounds. So 3,000 pounds of cargo could be hauled in this thing to make money for the company, or whoever was operating it. But again, just an austere thing. And you wonder what poor sucker had to sit in this thing and sweat his days away, making his paycheck back when minimum wage was maybe $2.50 an hour, who knows what. But again, 1970, this one was built, and 5 more years through 1975, the second-gen International Metro type van built by Dyna Truck Division was the rule of the road when it came to delivering milk, newspapers, diapers, you name it. So again, kind of cool. The second of 2 generations of International Metro vans. And if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the Steve Maggs YouTube channel. We'll be back tomorrow with more classroom junkyard information, and you don't want to miss it. See you tomorrow.